Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This is Victor.
And this is Rich.
Right now we are in Istanbul once again in this lovely airport because we are bound for one of the most incredible countries in this world.
And this is Jordan.
Yes, we are going to Amman, its capital, but of course we're not going to stay just there because we want to see most of the country. But the main reason why we're going there is not because of its history, because obviously many countries are historical. In our case, we're going to Jordan because since we are Christians, we believe that it is part of the Holy Land, and we would like to see obviously one of the wonders of the world, which is Petra. Exactly. So far I've seen 4. Richard has seen 3, so this is going to be his 4th wonder of the world. In my case, it's going to be my 5th, and we are really excited. And also, this is going to be our first time flying with
Royal Jordanian Airlines, which we're really excited about, guys. Normally we go with Turkish Airlines, but this time we're going with another airline, which is a royal airline, excuse me.
We are going to make a full review about our experience flying with this airline, because this is going to be our first time flying with it. And right now we are here at gate 13 from where we're going to be departing, and we're going to be leaving within an hour, I think. And we're extremely excited, and I really cannot wait to see Jordan. So now I would like to give you my opinion about Royal Jordanian. Well, it is a very basic airline. There is nothing of another world, and in fact, I was a little bit disappointed because the screen of my seat was not working at all, and I could not watch any film during the whole entire flight. However, I've got to say that the meal that they gave us on board was really tasty, and I liked the fact that they gave us a bottle of lemonade. It was really tasty. So guys, we're finally here in Jordan, and we are a little bit shocked about many things because as soon as we got here, we had to pay 121 euros on visa basically, because we had to buy 2 visas, one for Richie and one for me. And it came to like 120 something euros. It was extremely disgusting, taking into account that you are basically investing money in this country, and you basically have to even like pay more to come in, you know.
So the second thing that shocked us was the exchange rate. In the airport here is the worst place to exchange money because they're going to really rip you off. I exchanged 50 euros, I should have got 34 and I got 25.
In any case, right now we are about to get this bus that is going to take us to the North Bus Station of Amman. I have to say that I got really surprised because I was not expecting the city to have so much green. And this is the breathtaking view that we're going to have from our balcony for the following 4 days in this spectacular city. Hello guys, good morning. So right now we've gone to the citadel of Amman, which is an extremely ancient place which has been inhabited by so many civilizations throughout the centuries, such as for example the Romans and the Neo-Syrian Empire. And we are really excited that we are here. We've been wanting to come to this place for quite some time. And it is quite majestic, and from here you can see the whole entire old town. Just for you to have an idea, Amman has a history of 7,500 years. So this place is extremely old, and it is just as ancient as Rome or Athens and etc.
Guys, even though everything seems really perfect here, I am going to have a little bit of a rant about something that happened yesterday. As you know, when you come from the airport, if you take one of the taxis that will be there waiting for you, you'll have to pay a lot of money. So we decided to take a public transport option. In this case was the bus. We paid around 6 euros per person to get from the airport to downtown. And when we were on the bus, we realized that local people only paid 2 euros. So that's not fair. But that wasn't anything. The problem came when we got to the main bus terminal, and all of the people came to like hawk us and try to sell us their taxis. And when we got into the taxi, we said, you know, how much is this going to cost? And the man said, well, there's a taxi meter, 3.5 Jordanian dinars, which is around 6 euros. I said, fine, fantastic. We get into the taxi and then we start the route, and he says, starting price from 3.5 Jordanian dinars. And he said, with taximeter, this will come to around 12 Jordanian dinars, which is around 17 euros. Can you believe it? A taxi drive of around 5 minutes came to €18.55.
Now this is going to be my round time now. I want to talk about when we got our SIM card. So yesterday we were really desperate to get a SIM card because we want to use Uber here because it's a lot cheaper. Now when we went out, we saw this very small place and they were selling SIM cards, and as we were desperate, we said, okay, let's go there and let's buy it. Our mistake was that we didn't ask if we could pay by card. Now once the man put the SIM card in the telephone, basically when we had to pay, we said, how much is that? And he said €35 for a SIM card. €35 for a SIM card? I didn't even pay that in Switzerland. I paid €20 in Switzerland once, and that is Switzerland, a first world country. So they actually, as we say in Spanish, they saw our faces and we're not happy about it.
Now let's talk about the history of this place.
The ancient citadel of Amman is situated on one of the 7 hills of Amman, which is called, in this case, the El Hill.
In my opinion, one of the most beautiful sites here in the city of Amman, that is the Temple of Hercules. And it was built at the same time as the Roman theatre, which is basically just down the hills. When Germanus Messianus was the governor of the Roman Empire right here in Amman.
Now, as you know, this temple was dedicated to Hercules, who was the son of Zeus, very famous for his physical strength and might. Did you know that the face of Hercules was minted on all the coins on this city here, which used to be called Philadelphia?
Something that I find quite extraordinary is the difference that you see whenever you go to many ancient cities, such as Athens and Rome. You can see the old, but you can also see the new. As for here, you can see the impressive new skyline of Amman, and you can see many towers from this hill. And it's kind of interesting how we are living basically in an era where we can see the old and the new together, when at that time they could see just the old, so it's quite contrast. We just got to one of the most important sites here in the citadel, and I'm talking about what it was in the time the Umayyad Palace. Right now you can see the ruins, and they built a dome as well. It was built during the first half of the 8th century. Nowadays it is known as the Monumental Gateway, or simply the Kiosk.
I find blow-minded the fact that many of the things were built during the 2nd century. Amman is a city to be discovered, and you should not miss your opportunity to see it for yourself.
I have to say that Amman is extremely underrated. If you go onto Google and you search for Amman, you'll see a few photos of the citadel and of these houses, but you don't get the wow factor until you actually come here. And I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. You have to check this out for yourselves because it is really, really worth it.
Right now we are at the Hashemi Square. This is one of the main places in the city. And of course, since we are in the old town, you can see behind me the famous Roman theatre and the Odeon theatre. They both were built during the 2nd century when the Romans were here and when the city was still called Philadelphia.
Whenever I hear the name Philadelphia, I cannot avoid thinking about the 7 churches of Asia. One of them was named Philadelphia, and that appears in the Holy Bible. But it's not talking about this city. Curiously enough, it's talking about the 7 churches at the time in Asia Minor, which is nowadays Turkey. However, I would like to say that I am quite surprised about how beautiful and historical the old town of this city is. I was not expecting to see so many historical sites.
So guys, we finally got to the Rainbow District. Actually, the name of this place is Rainbow Street, but it's actually a whole entire neighborhood. It is located right in the center, next to the historical sites, and everything here seems more back in Europe or maybe in the States. So everything is more organized, and yeah, it's really nice. So we're going to try to get lunch here. They said this is the right place for us to come. So let's see if we can get something nice and typical from this country. So guys, and to make it even more perfect our day today, we decided to come for this Turkish cafe here in Rainbow Street. and we are really enjoying the vibes of this city. The weather is much better than what you would think, because obviously when you think about the Middle East, you think about like hot boiling cities. Well, that's not the case here. Actually, it's quite comfortable, and you feel like if you are anywhere in the south of Europe.
A few meters away from the cafe, we found what we were looking for from this part of the world, these lovely freshly fried and crunchy falafels. Let's see what it tastes like.
We're about to try this falafel sandwich, which we just got here for 2 dinners, which is basically €2.50 or something like more. And let me see. Oh my god, really nice. For the last part of our day, we decided to come to the Abdullah First Mosque, which was actually dedicated as a memorial to the grandfather of the late King Hussein. For us, it's really nice to be here because actually this place is bringing us Uzbekistan vibes. When we went to the capital city of Uzbekistan, Tashkent, we went to the main bazaar where the building actually is almost the same, which is basically a circular construction with a blue dome. This place is so magical because it's basically in front of one of the main churches in the city. Something that I've seen here is that Islam and Christianity can cohabit together without any problem, which is a good example for the rest of the countries around the world.
I couldn't believe when I read that this mosque was built in the 80s. I thought it was much older. Even so, the interior is absolutely majestic and beautiful. And it is most definitely one of the most beautiful mosques I've seen in my life.
So guys, right now we are downtown because we met these 2 girls from Brazil, and they told us that they wanted to come to the center to this restaurant that they were recommended, and we want to go and see it. And so tomorrow they are going to the Dead Sea, and we might actually join them. So guys, at night Amman is a different world, so there are so many people on the street, and it's just crazy. And there are so many vendors, and if you want to get something really original, you might find something that you like here.
As soon as we got to the restaurant, we decided to order something called mansaf, which is believed to be the national dish of Jordan, and is something that you must try on your first trip to this country, hands down.
Good morning everyone. So right now we're on the way to the baptismal site, which is the Jordan River. We're really excited because we're going to see the exact place where Jesus was baptized, and we're just so excited about it. Can you imagine? We've just come to the gas station because apparently we have a hole in the tire, and we thought maybe they're trying to deceive us or something, so we had a look, and it's true, one of the tires is a lot flatter. So on our amazing road trip, we've had this massive disaster.
Never mind. While we were waiting there, we decided to go for a nice Jordanian coffee, which was absolutely tasty. And this is what we saw before getting to the Jordan River. It was so cute to see them all.
We finally got to the baptism site, and we're about to enter here. So we just came here to park the car, and the place is really nice, and you see so many landscapes. So basically, as soon as you leave Amman, you can see this very dry landscape, but here is very green, and we even saw plantain trees around, and we are going to see the site where Jesus Christ was baptized. We're extremely excited and very honored.
We would like to give you a piece of advice. Before coming to Jordan, you better get the Jordan Pass, because entrances to any site in this country are extremely overpriced.
So guys, we are at the very back of the group because we bought 3 crosses at the Greek Orthodox Church Museum, and we really wanted to basically submerge these 3 crosses in the river because we believe a lot in Jesus Christ, and for us it's very it would be really nice to have something that we bought here at this holy place. So guys, we finally got to the place where Jesus Christ was baptized, and it's quite impressive.
As a Christian, I have to confess that I never thought I was going to see this holy place with my eyes. And even though it was raining, I tried not to complain, because in those times, rain was considered to be a blessing from God. Before getting to the main stream of water, we went inside this Orthodox church, which was very beautiful and made us feel back in Russia. When we got to the Jordan River, we saw something really magical, which is Israel. And I eventually managed to submerge the 3 crosses that we bought previously. Even though when the guards were pointing at us with rifles, we felt really happy and calm at this place.
It's such a privilege to have touched the water from the River Jordan. Seriously, there are so many people normally with the same faith. They all believe in Jesus, the place where he was baptized. It's a very spiritual place, and I think both of us are quite moved.
Right after visiting the Jordan River, we went to settle in the Holiday Inn Hotel by the Dead Sea, where we're going to be staying for one night. So this is the room that we got. We got 2 beds, We've got a lovely TV here, a lovely couch, and last but not least, and I would say the most exciting part of our room, obviously, is the view that we've got of the Dead Sea and the swimming pool.
Right now we're going to show you the facilities in the Holiday Inn, the Dead Sea Resort, and show you what an amazing view we have of the Dead Sea, the swimming pools, and all the common areas in the hotel.
If you would like to come to any of the Dead Sea resorts, we would recommend you to book a place in advance because they tend to be extremely expensive. Since we didn't do it in advance, we had to pay €300 for one night. And believe me, this is one of the cheapest because there are places where you pay even €1,000. One of the essential things that you have to do when you come to the Dead Sea is to cover up yourself with mud, since it can be very beneficial in many ways. For example, it helps improve psoriasis, it reduces skin impurities, it provides relief for arthritis, it helps soothe chronic back pain, and it helps treat acne. So this is a real natural spa, and you have to make the most of it. But you should not leave it for longer than 20 minutes because it might irritate your skin since it contains high levels of salt. How do you feel?
I feel revived, energized, revitalized, relaxed, and I feel very, very muddy.
Really?
Yeah, extremely.
Right after swimming in the Dead Sea, we decided to go and take a dip in the swimming pool, which was also rather exciting and fun. It was really magical to see the palm trees surrounding us. But the most magical thing was when we got to see the sunset, which is one of the most beautiful sunsets we've seen in our lives.
Hello guys, good morning. So here we are. It is already 6:50 something a.m. in the morning, and we are going down to the Dead Sea because we thought, you know what, why are we going to go tomorrow so early when we paid so much money just to go once to the Dead Sea? So that's why we decided to wake up extremely early today to go to the Dead Sea and to go for at least 20 minutes before we go for breakfast. And I can already see a few people there, and we really cannot wait to get our second experience in the Dead Sea. Good morning.
Good morning, Sabah al-Khair. We are now in the Dead Sea. It's around 7 o'clock in the morning. I suppose we came kind of late. We were planning to come here around 6:30, but of course we do like to sleep in, especially when we're on holiday. So we came a little bit later. It's now 7, and there are very few people here, and you can just hear like the sounds of some of the birds and nature.
And loud music in the back.
And unfortunately, I have to say, someone is having a party
in Israel.
at 7 in the morning. But we're having a spa treatment.
Guys, in my opinion, this is a much better experience when you come here when there are not many people. And yesterday was nice, but right now it is absolutely the best time to come because you start to see the sun coming out. It's not that sunny and there are not many people. And it's basically like the whole place almost for yourself. And it's like extremely magical. I'm so glad that we decided to come this early because later we can go have a shower and then go for a nice breakfast, get a nice coffee, and we are going to get the experience to see the sunrise.
Back in Amman, we found this very exotic fruit, which is the cactus fruit, and we are going to try it.
So we are going to try one each and we are going to tell you about the flavor. Come on.
So this is actually the first time that I've tried one of these. Here goes.
Do you like them?
Yeah, it's very juicy.
Okay. Listen to me, in Nicaragua and in Mexico, they know them as tunas, and I actually never ate one of these before, and this is going to be the first time. Oh my goodness, it's so like dragon fruit.
Yeah, it's very like juicy and...
It's really fresh.
Now we're going to try a sugarcane juice drink.
Right here in the center of Amman.
Today's going to be a fruity day, I think.
Sugarcane juice is the liquid extracted from the pressed sugarcane. It is consumed in many places around the world, especially in Asia, North Africa, and here in the Middle East.
We are ready to try our fresh sugarcane juice that we just got here for one dinner for both of them. It was extremely cheap, so here we go. Oh my goodness!
But you know, I don't know if I feel as though I'm drinking a vegetable juice or a fruit juice. It's like there's a bit of like a veggie taste.
The thing
to
is, like in my
but
case, this is a more familiar flavor because in Nicaragua, people actually just chew like the sugar cane. You know, like wow. So guys, if you want to have a better experience about the historical town here in Amman, you can also come to Duke's Diwan house. This is the oldest house in the old town here in Amman, and this is really nice, and they actually serve coffee, tea, or whatever you want to drink here, and you can enjoy the lovely decor while having a nice Jordanian coffee. In our case, we really like that coffee, and this is what we're going to be having right now. So once again, if you want to see something historical in the center and have a nice cup of tea or coffee, you can come right here. Hello guys, good morning. So right now we are on our way to see Petra, one of the 7 wonders of the world. We're extremely excited, and we just stopped in the middle of the way to have some coffee or tea. And this place, there are many souvenirs as well, but I have to say that we're not going to get anything because they are extremely overpriced. Just for you to have an idea, the same things that we saw in Uzbekistan, which is extremely beautiful as well, they cost like around 5 times more than in that country, and I don't think that that's fair. Here we are about to start our journey to Petra. But of course, Petra is not just the treasury building. We want to see like the whole entire like complex, where you can see like different sorts of like archaeological sites. And we made this friend from Singapore, and we are going to be going with her. So we are quite excited, and we just told her that we speak a little bit of Chinese, and she was impressed. So, are you ready?
And we brought some water for the way.
Exactly.
Now we would like to give you a piece of advice based on our own experience here in Petra. Before coming here, you have to realize that Petra is a much bigger complex than just the treasury facade. We were told by this new friend that by starting from the back door hiking route to the monastery, we were going to have a better experience. Unfortunately, we have the opposite of that. Because I didn't have the right shoes, I was just planning to go to the treasury and to the monastery. Therefore, I brought my lovely, fancy outfit. In any case, we got lost because we were taken to the wrong place by the taxi driver. We told him that we wanted to go to the backdoor hiking route, and we actually were taken to Little Petra, which was like around 5 kilometers away from that point. Summarizing everything, if you're coming to Petra for one day, bring comfortable shoes and just limit your day trip to the monastery and to the treasury facades. And if you're coming for more than one day, then you can do the whole entire route. Then we were taken by a shuttle transport to the place where we wanted to go in the first place. It was a really good experience because we felt as if we were on a safari in Africa. Now I would like to share with you some of the important history about this majestic and marvelous place. Petra was inhabited since prehistoric times. This Nabatean caravan city, situated between the Red Sea and the Dead Sea, was an important crossroad between Arabia, Egypt and Syria-Phoenicia. Petra is half built and half carved into the rock, surrounded by mountains riddled with passages and gorges. It is one of the world's most famous archaeological sites, where ancient Eastern traditions blend with the Hellenistic architecture.
We finally got to the most iconic, or at least the most well-known structure here in Petra, and we are just in front of it, and this is just breathtaking. It is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life, and they don't exaggerate when they say that this is a wonder of the world.
Only when you see historical and ancient places like this in the world, you understand how important it is to learn about the heritage of the world. Unfortunately, since we had to walk like around 4 hours before coming here, we had only 10 minutes to appreciate this wonder of the world. Which means that we might come back in the future, because this place is absolutely unique.
So this is our last day here in Oman. We're now going to Aqaba. This will be the next time that you see us. We're really looking forward to seeing the Red Sea. I wonder how amazing it is, because I've heard a lot of reviews about it, mixed reviews about the Red Sea, and we're going to find out for ourselves. So this is the last time we're in this balcony. See you there.
So guys, welcome to Aqaba. Here we are. We are right now on the rooftop of our hotel. By the way, the Wi-Fi is extremely bad. We cannot even open Instagram. Back to the video. So I just want to say that this city is really nice. It's a lot better than what we actually were told. That's why we didn't come here for the time that we wanted to come for. And we actually, shorted our time over here. But anyway, so right now we're going to go downtown because we want to see the city, and we also want to go swimming. It's really hot, but right now we've got like 1% UV index light, so we are safe. And we also have this, so anyway.
Did you know that Aqaba is the only coastal city in Jordan and the largest and most popular city on the Aqaba Gulf? Since we were starving, before going to the beach we decided to go for lunch, and this is what we got.
We are going to have this amazing meal. This is kind of like too big. I think that we should have only one. But it was so cheap. I mean, it was so cheap in comparison to the other places, because normally you have to collect around 20 euros for fried chicken. It's really boss. By the way, something that you won't see here is basically local women swimming here, because it's not normal. So you basically just see the men swimming, which is not fair, but I can see some foreigners, and it feels kind of safe. So you should definitely come to this part of the country, to Aqaba. I am officially in the Red Sea, although this is actually the Gulf of Aqaba, but it is obviously the mainstream comes from the Red Sea, and I'm quite excited. The water is not that warm as I thought, but it is swimmable. And from here you can actually see Eilat, which is the border city here by Aqaba. and it is quite like unique. So I'm quite happy that we finally got to this part of the country and we can enjoy the amazing sunset that we've got behind.
If I had to give a nickname to Jordan, I would call it the country of sunsets, since it's got some of the most stunning and spectacular sunsets in the world.
So guys, right now we are at the entrance of the national park in Wadi Rum. We are going to pay for the entrance because we didn't get the Jordan pass. That was a big mistake of us, but anyway. However, that's not that expensive. It's not the same as in Petra, that it's a lot expensive there, but here's like very cheap. It's like €6, so it's not that much. We are going to be staying here for 2 nights. We are really excited, and we really cannot wait to ride the camels today.
It's incredible to believe that some of the scenes of the film Star Wars were shot here in Wadi Rum. And it does feel like if you were on Mars, on an alien planet. It's absolutely stunning and spectacular. If you come to Jordan, you cannot miss this place at all.
Are you ready, Richley?
Here we go.
So we're going to be riding our camels here. Well, not our camels, but these camels.
I just want to give it like a hug, I want to subscribe.
Yeah, but it might kick you actually.
I find it quite astonishing the fact how these Bedouin people know how to train camels. In my opinion, it seems even more difficult to train a camel than a horse, because they've got to kneel down and then stand up and follow the person. In my opinion, if you come to the Middle East or to North Africa, I would recommend you riding a camel to have this amazing and unique experience. You don't ride a camel every day, do you? Besides, camels are so cute, and I have to say that I found resemblance with llamas. Although these animals are obviously much larger, but they're still cute.
So guys, right now we are ready to go to the camping where we're going to be staying for 2 nights. Our experience riding these 2 camels was just like out of this world. And yeah, so we are ready.
Hop in. Welcome everyone to our tent. If you come inside, I'll give you a little bit of the tent tour. So here we've got 2 beds, and as you can see, we've got lots of blankets because in the desert it gets very, very cold at night. We have a lovely window overlooking the majestic landscapes of Wadi Rum, and we also have electricity, as you can see, a light for the evening.
And this is basically the camp. There are other tents here, and then we've got our place where we are going to be having dinner, breakfast and stuff over there. And yeah, this is the place.
Wadi Rum is not like any place I've seen before. Do you know that the literal translation of the name of this place is Valley of the Moon?
We're about to experience one of the most beautiful sunsets in the world here in Wadi Rum, and we just met some guys from Canada, and yeah, so Rich is speaking to them, and I just would like to say that this is one of the most beautiful places to be on earth, to experience a lovely sunset.
I have to confess that Richley and I were planning on leaving the country on the 3rd day, because we had been caught a few times in Jordan, and therefore we wanted to leave as soon as possible. Now, I think that we made the right decision to stay here, otherwise we wouldn't have seen this wonder of nature.
Hello everyone, good morning. So today is our first morning here in Wadi Rum, and we are about to go and have breakfast, and we have to charge our telephones because later we need to go on our jeep tour around the area.
Right after breakfast, Our Bedouin tour guide came to pick us up to take us on a jeep tour.
So guys, we're right now on a 3-hour jeep tour to see some of the most emblematic sites of Wadi Rum. We're really excited because we're going to go all around this martial landscape, and yeah, it's kind of like breezy at the moment, but it's going to get hot a bit later.
I just recently found out that the Wadi Rum protected area has been inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List since 2011. As a mixed site displaying unique natural beauty and cultural significance, it's got an extraordinary environment. It features varied desert landscapes consisting of a range of narrow gorges, natural arches, towering cliffs, ramps, massive landslides, and caverns. And believe it or not, even though when this place seems to be a hostile place where to live, many humans of different cultures inhabited Wadi Rum as early as 12,000 years ago, since prehistoric times, and interacted with the natural environment here.
So guys, we just stopped here to go to a second site here within the national park, and we are going to see a shop of the local people, which are basically the Bedouins. Let's see if we can buy something here.
If you come to Wadi Rum, I would like to encourage you to buy something from these people, because actually you will be helping the local economy.
Do you like it?
Very tasty.
Cheers. Can you actually make a toast with tea?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cheers to Jordan. So guys, so it means I now just turned into a Bedouin, and I might stay here to join the tribes.
So right now we're about to climb the famous bridge. It looks a little bit precarious.
Yeah, precarious, that's the word.
Apparently we heard that some lady decided it was
5 days ago.
Yeah, it would be a good idea to jump from it, and she broke her back. So we have to be careful.
So we are going to do it. We've seen this on TV, but obviously we're not going to jump because we're not that stupid. So whenever you go to this place, just don't play with fire, because you might end up burnt, and that's not the idea. You want to go back intact and okay. And I don't think that this is the right place to get injured. Tired?
Here we are on top. What an amazing view we have. Everything. Just red sand, mountains, and Bedouin tribes.
It's quite staggering to see all these natural rock formations, which obviously took thousands of years to come to this stage. I cannot believe how happy I feel here. In the past, I would go just to green places with a lot of lichen, and here I'm seeing something absolutely different. Maybe that's why I like it now.
So right now we're by the Great Dunes, okay? A majestic site in the Wadi Rum desert, and luckily for us there are not that many tourists here. Now I know that we're tourists as well, so we are actually in that whole group of tourists, damaging the atmosphere and everything. However, when we do come to places, it's nice to be on our own, And yeah, we're going to try and climb to the top of the dune, and apparently there is a spectacular view from top.
So Rishi, how do you feel?
Oh, absolutely cream crackered, to be honest with you. Climbing up the dunes was a lot more difficult work than I had imagined, simply because your foot basically gets lost in the sand, and it takes double what it would take to climb up a normal mountain with rocks and things. And also we don't have any water here. We're kind of worried that we might get heat stroke, so we're gonna cut it here.
On the way back, I decided to descend the dune, running all the way back. It was really fun.
So right now, after climbing the dunes, we're going to have some nice tea with our guide, who is a Bedouin man from the Bedouin tribes. And he's made a nice fire, and we're going to sit down and rest after this massive trek.
I have to say that this man was really kind. He gave us this lovely tea, and it was so magical to have in such a place. Bless his heart. Later that night, we joined the other tourists sitting around the bonfire. We had such a lovely time. To be honest, I didn't want to leave. few minutes later, we were all invited to dance a lovely Middle Eastern song.
Good morning everyone. Unfortunately we've come to the end of this vlog. Right now we are about to go to the airport and we just had a lovely pizza here, pepperoni pizza in Amman. It was extremely tasty and juicy, like the cheese was just like superb. And we're really sad to leave this country, but we have to move on. We are going back to Spain and later we've got a very interesting and unique trip ready. But we are not going to tell you for now. You have to wait for it.
It's a secret for now, but it's a very, very far away journey that we're going to make in another continent, and extremely exotic and very, very famous for its colonial past.
So for now we've got to say goodbye, but of course we are going to see you very soon.
If you like the video, you know what you have to do. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And please, we would really appreciate your comments about any questions you have about Jordan, about the locations where we visited, and any tips that you might need that we can give you.
See you very soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.